Everything's Billyful, right? Everything's beautiful. So, something I was just thinking about while I finish up my dishes here and create some more dirty ones. Um, Something that I've had to learn along the way, and a lot of you remember when people had taken over my house pretty much. That they're pretty much doing whatever they wanted. Nobody was really paying me much attention. I was well taken care of, believe me. And when I looked at it as this is all just been a word from our sponsor. Hey God, how you doing? You want me to learn this, huh? Okay, I'm gonna. And boundaries was one of the things that I had to learn. And I mean, set boundaries for me. But then, the things that are happening in my life that I'm not pleased with, don't like, need to remove. Well, guess what? That's how you do it. You stand up for yourself, and in the very kindest way, you say, I will take no more of this. I'm sorry. You gotta go. I gotta go. I'm changing. I'm going this way. And no, you may not do that in front of me. You may not do that. Your actions, you may not do that to me. Those kind of things, I refuse. And just the moment that I did that, life changed, Pretty soon they were all gone. All the people in my home, they were taking advantage of me. All, friends, family who trying to take advantage of me, got them all, got rid of them all. And it's just because I won't stand for that any longer. I refuse to. And this goes back to something else, that Carmen taught me, and why we never fought, why we never had arguments, why everything was just perfect for us all the time, was because of boundaries. She had them, and when it came to, arguments and stuff, basically, she wouldn't stand for it. And I found that to be awesome, and I basically really tried to incorporate that into my life. And well, I think I'm still being tested on it because I don't know. It's going to take the next time that a situation arises to see if I get all excited or whether I just handle everything really nice and cool and calm and loving, and so just. And what that amounts to is the same thing that we've been talking about, is just habits. Habits that I've got myself into. I used to be really angry, and Carmen would say, "Honey, why are you getting angry? What about that upsets you, and why?" And when I think about it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of stupid. Very stupid. I'm just really quick to anger, and I need to work on that. So I have, And then I went 6 years without being angry. And then through my travels, which, I was faced with it again, where I had a friend who kept trying to make me angry, on purpose. And I went a long time without getting angry at her, but I finally, I did. I got really angry. And at that point, it was very hard to shut it off again. So I knew that I hadn't completely completed it on my own, and like I say, I won't know for sure if I've got it back to where there's no anger whatsoever, just loving and fun and finding a solution for everything. But I haven't been tested on it for quite a while, so who knows. But maybe God's just going, yeah, you just get comfortable one day. And that's when I'm going to spring the test on you. We'll see. But anyways, just more of the habits and stuff that we know we should be changing, things that we know that we should be doing, the ways that we should be acting. And I'm going to leave you with this one on this. I got some special video coming up for you next. But something that we should be thinking every day is if I act a certain way, you know, what's that going to bring me in my life? You know, and if I don't like what it brings me in my life, then I'm going to change it. And how do you change a habit? Real simple. You just catch yourself doing the thing that you know is a habit you want to change. You know, like let's say, for example, a very simple and common one: smoking cigarettes. You know, you're not going to succeed on the first day, so you know you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to quit, and then the next thing you know, you're finding yourself with a cigarette in your hand, and if you catch yourself before you light it and say, oh yeah, that's right, I don't smoke anymore, and put it down. Still may not happen overnight, but definitely gonna make the start and begin all the changes that it's going to take to not have that cigarette ever again. You know, and this of course reminds me of Carmen used to say, she'd say, honey, everything in moderation is okay. You know, I found that to be true as well. You know, do I want to really quit smoking? No. Do I, did I want to quit drinking? No. So basically I just had to learn to find the proper time for it and learn moderation. Same thing with the drugs that I told you that I was doing for a while. You know, that wasn't the test for me. The true test was, can I control it? Because you know, if you can control yourself, that adds a lot of trust, you know, that you have for yourself. And I can tell you that, you know, trusting others is great, but trusting yourself is divine. So I've had to learn that, you know, and I have. I'm really super proud of myself, you know. I have, you know, I pour myself a full glass of wine. I'll drink half of it and then I get hungry and I go eat, you know, and that was my problem with drinking all along. You know, I wouldn't eat. And so I'd go drinking for hours and hours, sometimes days and days, but I wouldn't eat. And therefore, you know, I'd always get pretty messed up. And yeah, I still have fun these days. I still get a little bit tipsy, but I never have a hangover. I don't drink that much. You know, I don't put that much into my body that I wake up the next day going, I'll go throw up. And that's been beautiful. Quite Billyful. And so yeah, these are just the easiest way to change a habit is catch yourself doing it. And don't do it. Listen in your heart. You know you shouldn't be doing it. Are you going to go, okay, I'm not going to do that? Or are you going to go, nope, I'm going to do what I want? But when you do what you want, be prepared for what you create. All right? Listen to your heart. Follow your heart. Do what you know is right in your heart. You can't go wrong. Be honest. And honesty starts within yourself, you know. I don't know, a lot of people, I used to be one that, you know, when I was faced with a situation, the first thing that I would try and do is come up with the best lie I possibly could. Generally, it was so that I didn't hurt somebody else's feelings, but most of the time it was to save my own ass, you know. And when I found out that, you know, just straight, pure honesty, bluntly, you know, why did you do this? This is exactly why I did it. Honesty. You can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. And so, when you're that honest within yourself, then nobody really questions why you're doing stuff. You know, people don't understand it, and when they ask me, you know, and I tell them, well, you know, it's just change your thoughts. You know, what goes on, what you're telling yourself, what you're thinking about, what you're saying, you know, your actions, makes all the difference in the world. So, it's been a pleasure. Like I said, I have a lot more of these videos coming up. If you have any questions, or if you know you'd like to know maybe how I handle something, I'd be more than happy to share that with you. You know, it's going on 1 o'clock, so in the afternoon, and so it's just about wine time, which always makes me happy. But well, it does. So, As I have about half a glass of wine, and then it'll be hungry time. Generally, I try and have my dessert before I have wine and everything. Because I'm a true believer that, having your dessert early in the day, just in case, God says, okay, it's time to go, your number's up, that I have at least had my dessert. So, anyways, speaking of desserts, coming right up with a dessert for you.